Welcome back to Tinygrams Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And today I want to talk about Grandmaster Yoda. That's right, a lot of you out there have Grandmaster Yoda. Some of us poor saps like myself don't have him yet. But I will say this, Yoda is one of my very favorite characters in the Star Wars universe, so I was really excited to see that he could be acquired now through the events menu here. So just for 2 more days, you can go ahead and try to get Yoda. If you want to get him, you have to have 5-star Jedi available at your service that you can use to be able to get him. I don't have him, but thankfully I have some friends who do have him, and we'll be trying him out in just a minute. But let's talk about what he does, what makes him so cool. Yoda's basically like the greatest toolboxy character that we've seen yet. And what I mean by this is he has the most upside to him. On the downside is what he's missing is super high damage, ability block, and stun. His only stun is for somebody who has 50% health or lower. So kind of like the typical things you're looking for when you're looking for a character he doesn't have, but he has like everything else you could possibly imagine. So even his basic attack is really cool in that just by swinging, you're going to get foresight for 2 turns. Foresight is pretty darn cool, which means he can't be hit. So as long as he's attacking somebody with more than 50% health, he's not even going to be able to get hit next turn, so it's going to be hard to kill him. He has his Master Stroke, which is really cool. Does special damage to all enemies, and then each positive status effect an enemy has, Yoda gets it. So for instance, if, say, your opponent has Poggle the Lesser, he's gone ahead and buffed everybody up. Yoda can then attack somebody, get that effect, and then using one of his other abilities, actually spread it to all of his teammates. So that's kind of cool as well. Unstoppable Force is a special damage that does extra damage to an enemy with a chance to get turn meter, and if they have 50% less than 50% or health or less, he stuns that person. So that's cool. A guaranteed stun unless they resist it. And then Battle Meditation, which is really bonkers, crazy. This is the ability that the wheels just turn in your head and you go, oh man, this could do so much. So basically he gains tenacity up for 2 turns. That's great. But then he grants each other ally every positive status effect he has for 2 turns, with a 40% chance of also getting more turn timer. So basically what we have here is that when he does this ability, he's giving himself tenacity up, which he's then spreading to all of his teammates. Now, if you do it in a smart order, let's say you do Ataru and nobody attacks Yoda, he has foresight, and then you spread that, you're giving everyone tenacity and foresight. Let's say you do Ataru the first turn, the second turn you taunt up, no one attacks him, you're able to do Master Stroke on somebody's Poggled buff, and then you spread that the next turn with Battle Meditation. The bottom line is for Yoda, it feels like if we ever get into this metagame where it's a long battle, like arena battles are taking the full 5 minutes because there's so many rounds, Yoda's going to be bonkers. In these super fast damage metas that we seem to be having more and more of, it's not quite as good because it's hard to do some crazy thing where you're spreading a million different buffs. But it just feels like there's so much there to be exploited. I know I haven't gotten to fully exploit it yet. I haven't really seen anyone who's been doing this. Let's go ahead and take a look at him in a battle so you can see how well he works. Let's see. Ooh, I actually have a friend who have 7-star. Let's get the 7-star Yoda. Oh man, that's gonna be great. Let's see who. Yeah, so I have some pretty terrible guys actually for the light side. Apparently, I still have to use Chewbacca. I think that's fine. We just want to see Yoda anyway. We don't care about the other guys. Alright, so now let's go ahead and see Yoda in action. Let's see what all he can do. Let's see what kind of buffs he can give us. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll get to go first because people already went. That's okay. Notice my Qui-Gon is just 3 stars and he's still good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and taunt up. We'll get a buff on Yoda. His main buff. If they taunt or if they put some sort of buff on, I'll probably steal that first and then spread the buffs. But even if they don't, I just get to immediately turn around. As long as Vader doesn't do his attack and hit everyone, I'll be able to do Yoda's thing and spread everything around. Yeah, I think we'll do that. All right, so he's going to give everyone tenacity up. Or, sorry, give himself tenacity up and then spread it to everyone. So watch this. Boosh! Everyone tenacity up. Everyone has some sort of dodge. Everybody has foresight. What are you supposed to do about that? It's ridiculous. And that wasn't some massive combo, right? That was just simply he swung and then he spread his buff to everybody. It's kind of absurd. So, yeah, Yoda is kind of crazy good. Let's see. It's the enemy. So let's go with this. And then maybe he'll get to steal taunt. I don't think so. Nope, but he did steal defense up. So that's cool. So he just continues to get more and more and more and better buffs. Because he's kind of ridiculous. The problem is he doesn't do big damage. So that when I look at Yoda, that to me is the real downside of him. That he's awesome and toolboxy and doesn't do giant damage. Except that attack's pretty good. But it's really just that special that does big damage. It's more that he stays alive, gets buffs, spreads buffs, but doesn't do a ton of damage. Alright, so that's Yoda. He's pretty awesome. I think he's worth getting. I'm not sure that he's worth unrailing or derailing all of your plans just to get him, but he's definitely good. So it's really going to be up to you. How much do you want him just because he's Yoda and he's cool? How much do you want him because he's amazing? I don't really know the answer to that, and I'll show you guys what I've been doing this week in my video series, The Road to Yoda. So to keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you next time on Tiny Grimes Games.